Hey there, you're watching Dirt Bike Channel. I'm your host Kyle Brothersen, and today we're going to be talking about how to warm up a two-stroke. Stick around. Thanks for joining me, guys. In the 10 years that I've done this, I've never fouled a plug, but I've got a lot of people that have been reaching out to me recently on their two-strokes that are fouling plugs. The truth is, when you warm up a four-stroke like this one, you can just start the bike and let it idle and come up to operating temperature. This bike can idle for 10 minutes and it'll be fine. These two-strokes over here, you can't let them idle that long because they will just fill the power valves up with goo, fill the silencers up with goo, and they run like crap, and then you can easily foul a spark plug. So in today's video, I want to show you a couple of tricks of how I warm up bikes. The main thing is you want to warm them up without just letting them idle. It's good to sit there and blip the throttle a little bit. You can shift through the gears, you can get going, just don't go full throttle pinned. We want to get them warmed up quicker than they would just sitting there idling without filling the power valve up with goo. Let's go. So you might be thinking, Kyle, why are you doing this video? Everyone knows how to warm up a two-stroke. But I've had a number of emails over the last year and a half where people are actually fouling plugs on their new KTM TPI bikes, these fuel injected bikes that are also oil injected. And I didn't even think it was possible. I've actually never fouled a plug on any big bike. I'm talking like a 125 and up. I've never fouled a plug on any big bike ever in the entire time I've been doing this for a decade. But I am constantly now getting people reaching out to me saying that they are fouling plugs on their TPI bikes, and I'm just going, wow, what's going on? And it wasn't until I started to ask a lot more questions with these people to kind of gain some insight into what was happening. And essentially what's happening is people are treating their two-stroke dirt bike just like a four-stroke. On a four-stroke, when you warm the bike up, you can just start it and let it, basically come right up to operating temperature, just sitting there idling. You do that on a two-stroke and you're going to fill the bike full of goo, you're going to fill the power valve full of goo, you're going to fill your silencer full of goo, essentially unburnt oil. A little bit of unburnt fuel, but mostly a lot of unburnt oil. The truth is they're not supposed to warm up just sitting here at idle. You can actually cause damage to them. Well, damage in the form of the bike will run like garbage for a long time until you get the thing cleaned out. Now today is a December day and I waited until I had the best day of the week. It's actually about 47 degrees out here and this bike has not been started, but I want to show you my startup procedure. And if you follow this procedure, you're not going to hurt your bike and it's also going to run right and you're not going to foul plugs. The way that I do it is instead of letting the bike sit here and idle for 5 or 10 minutes, which will be damaging to your bike, the way that I do it is I'll get all my gear on. As you can see, I've got every piece of my gear on and I am ready to go. At that point, before I put my helmet on, that's when I start the bike. And once I start the bike, I'll then put my helmet on and the bike will run here today because it's about 48 degrees. It's only gonna need to run for 10 or 15 seconds and then I'm gonna start a slow warm-up procedure on the bike. I'm gonna do some balance drills. You could shift through the gears. The point is to keep the RPMs low, but help that bike warm up faster while blipping the throttle and continually clearing this thing out so that it doesn't actually just fill up with goo. So here's how I do this. This bike has not been started today and I'm going to just show you guys exactly how I do this. So we'll go ahead and start this. So it started a little bit slow, but it's okay, it's idling fine. If it's really cold out, you could let that bike idle for say a minute or so, but here it's 49 degrees, so I'm just going to now, at this point, get my gloves on and I'm gonna start my warm-up procedure now on the bike. So you can see how much time I've let this thing idle, which is not very much. It's idling fine. Put my goggles on. And at this point, I'm ready to kind of clear it out just a little bit. You can see all that smoke. See all that smoke? That's unburnt oil in the bike. And it's cold, it's very cold. The motor is very cold, you can tell by all that. And then I'm gonna start doing some balance drills here to get the RPMs up on the bike and get it to be a little bit warmer. So I wanted to show you a little bit more of what some of my warm-up procedures are. And I don't know how well the sound's gonna translate, but the bike is still cold. But I'm just going to sit here and do some static balance drills with the bike running. See how I'm keeping the bike above RPM, like above an idle. I'm just dragging the clutch here just a little bit. and I'm just letting the bike warm up like this. And this one's very low, this one's very cold. But I'll just kind of do some of this, you know, give it a few blips like that while I just ride around and work on my balance a little. And that's kind of what's happening here. I'm not letting that thing just idle. I'm going to give it a few blips like that, as you can see, and it won't be long. It won't be long and this thing will be ready to rock. Now, I haven't even actually tuned this bike yet, so I'm going to need to do a little bit of a playing with my air screw on this bike, because I actually did play with, I actually did do the air screw mod, idle screw mod on this bike before even running it. So there's a high probability that my bike now is a little too rich. I might need to lean out my, play with my air screw just a little bit. But you can see, I mean, this is one way to set up to get the bike warm. The other thing that you could do is just go off, which I'll do a lot. At this point now, the bike is warmed up. She's around 100 degrees already. And I'll just take off and I'll go. The main point is I'm not going to go clicking through the gears, like I'm not going to go 6th gear pinned. I'm going to warm the bike up quicker than it would if it was just idling. And so I'll just shift through the gears. I'll go 1st gear, 2nd gear, 3rd gear, 4th gear, and I'll go out like that. Within 5 to 10 minutes, this bike will be up to operating temperature and she'll sing really pretty. And it's not going to be clear full of goo, and I'm not going to foul my plug. So that's a little tip for you. So I hope you learned something. We just want to warm the bikes up quicker than they would warm up if they were just sitting there and idling. We're going to blip the throttle. We're going to maybe do some balance drills. We're going to shift through our gears, keeping our RPMs low. We're just going to warm the bikes up slowly while we're riding them. Doesn't matter if it's 30 degrees outside or 90 degrees outside. I do a variation of this exact warm-up procedure. Hey, if you want to support Dirt Bike Channel, one of the best ways you can do it is use the links for Rocky Mountain ATV and Motorsport and Amazon. I've got links down in the video description, or if you go to the upper right-hand corner of my website at dirtbikechannel.com, I've got a links section up there. You can go ahead and click on those links, or you can just email me and I'll give you a link that you can bookmark, put it in your browser. That's what I do. I just have a bookmark link for Rocky Mountain ATV or wherever else I'm shopping, Motorsport, Amazon, and I do that. That really helps to support my family. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas. If things work out right, I think this video will be going live on December 24th, which means tomorrow will be Christmas, and I hope everybody has an awesome time. The Dirt Bike Channel sweepstakes, which was just wrapped up, I'm hoping that they give me the 10 finalists really soon. I'm filming this video on the 22nd of December, and I hope that I have that information by the 24th, and then we can actually do the live drawing for those 3 bikes. Anyway, my heart is full. Thank you guys so much for allowing Dirt Bike Channel to continue. If you're still watching at the end of this video right now, that means you're a Dirt Bike Channel fan, and I thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, and leave a single track. Thank you.